tonight is all going to be about RealSense. And probably to start with, how many of you have heard of RealSense? Okay, most of you. That's good. I'm not going to talk too much. I just want to give you guys a quick introduction into what RealSense can do and what we're doing in this space and how you can get in contact with us or how you can develop applications with RealSense. So we all know that for the past like 30 or so years, we've had this unintuitive, let's just say, mouse and keyboard. I mean, it's a bit hard to use. You have to get used to it. If you look at kids nowadays, you give them a touch tablet, they instantly know what they're doing, or they want to do gestures, or they want to do anything else apart from a keyboard and a mouse. So, I mean, what comes next? Next, we are looking into perceptual computing, or RealSense. So we've started this journey in 2012. We started with the perceptual computing SDK, and it was the first SDK that we brought out there that would do some gesture recognition, you would do some face recognition, some voice recognition. And since then, we've been working on it, and we've improved it quite a lot. And a few things that we've improved, we've done a lot of work on the hand and finger tracking. So when we started with this, we were doing some basic gestures. We were tracking the hand. We were tracking, for example, 7 points in the hand. So it wasn't that accurate. Then also on the facial analysis, we also were tracking around 7 points on the face. So again, not too accurate, just the basic stuff. And since then, we've done a lot of work on this. And on the hands, for example, we've gone from 7 points to 22 points. So now we track all of the joints in the hand, for example. So it's much more accurate. You can do a lot more gestures. You can take advantage of basically every point in your hand. On the facial part as well, we've gone again from 7 points, which was not as accurate. We now track 78 points. So again, it's much more accurate. We have some predefined emotions. We have as well as some mimics of the face, some gestures, and so on. We've also added a few other things. So one of the things is background segmentation. So basically, there's no need for a green screen anymore. You can just stand in front of the camera, and it will just subtract the background behind you. So that's quite cool. You can replace that with an image. You can replace that with whatever you want, really. Also, we've done a lot of work on speech recognition. There are a lot more things available. It works much better. And you can use that in any application to do speech synthesis or speech recognition and so on. And the last thing that is actually quite cool is the 3D scanning and 3D reconstruction. So what you can do with the RealSense camera is you can scan an object and you will get a 3D mesh out of it. So I don't know how many of you have seen the HP Sprout device? Anyone? Okay. A few. So basically, it's a really cool device. It's like an all-in-one, and it has like a thing on top, and which has the RealSense camera. And what you can do with it is you can put any object in that area, and you can scan it, and then you get a 3D model out of it. So they were showing a really nice demo at Mobile World Congress, for example. They were scanning a mask, so just a normal mask, and then you could play with it. You can make it. You could play with it in like a 3D environment. You could turn it around. You can modify the color, whatever. So that's actually really cool. Quickly on the camera itself, when we started this in 2012 with perceptual computing, we had a quite bulky camera. It was kind of twice the size or 3 times the size of this. So it wasn't really portable. But we had something to get out there and to show people that we're doing something in this space. And in usual Intel style, we kind of minimize this and we shrunk this. And we've gone from this bulky camera to this kind of thin camera. You can have a look at it later. I'll have it here. But basically, what we do is we want to put this in laptops like this. And this is what we call a reference design. This is done by Intel, so that we can give it to our customers and showcase how these things work. Or an OEM can take it further and make it into a product like that. So you can see it's just a normal lid, basically. So it's really thin, and it's a 3D camera in there. Okay. Currently, we are working with Microsoft on this, and this works on Windows 8. You'll probably ask me a bit later, but I'll tell you now. We are doing some work to make this available for multiple platforms, but it's not yet there. So basically, we have the RealSense developer kit. This is the camera. It's already available online at click.intel.com. You can buy the camera. It's available for $99. Also, apart from shrinking the camera itself, we've also done a lot of work to improve the camera. So now we have a full VGA depth resolution. Previously, we had only QVGA, as well as a 1080p RGB camera. Previously, it was only 720p. As well as we've improved the range. So now with this short range camera, we can go up to about 1 meter, 1.2 meters with gestures and face. Although because it needs a lot of processing power, it currently only works on the core processors and it needs a USB 3 interface. But it's only because it does need a lot of processing power to process all the depth data and so on. Okay. Basically, we have two types of cameras. We have the user-facing camera, which is aimed at you being in front of the laptop. You want to do a gesture. I want to I don't know, go to the next slide. I want it to recognize my face to log me in securely. And if some of you have seen the Windows Hello announcement, anyone seen the Windows Hello announcement? So Windows Hello, basically, it was announced by Microsoft, and it's a way to securely log into your computer, and that uses the RealSense camera. But we also have something called a world-facing camera. That's a longer-range camera, and it's targeted at a different environment or a different use case. You can do some 3D scanning on that. You can do some measurements, and I'll show you a bit later with the Dell tablet. We plan to integrate this into multiple form factors. We start from laptops and then 2-in-1s and convertibles. Basically, on the 2-in-1s, I can show you this. This is what we call a 2-in-1 or convertible because I can turn this into a tablet. So just like the Yoga, if some of you have seen it, I can switch this into a tablet. So I can turn this into a tablet, as well as all-in-one. So what we call an all-in-one is this HP Sprout. Basically, you have a big monitor without anything else. Basically, you touch or you have an external keyboard, but that's it. Okay. So on the actual types of things that you can do with the camera and with the SDK, you can do. Well, one of the categories is the hands. So we can do hand and finger tracking. So just tracking that something is there or a hand is there. And then we can do gesture recognition. So there are pre-built APIs in the SDK that you can use in any application. And you can do swipes, peace sign, whatever, thumbs up, thumbs down. There are a few pre-built gestures that are in the SDK itself. On the face detection, again, you can detect the face. We track, as I said, 78 points in the hand. In the face. And you can group those if you want. So, for example, if you just want to use the eyes ones, you can group them into the eyes or the nose or the mouth or the eyebrows or whatever you want to do. Emotion detection. So basically, we can detect whether you're happy or if you smile or if you're sad or many other things, as well as pulse estimator. So in the latest release that we brought out a couple of weeks back, we can detect the pulse from the face, and I'll show you that. It's pretty cool. And the other things, I think on the environment, yes, the 3D segmentation, that's also a really cool demo, and I'll show you that probably in the demo section. And 3D scanning and augmented reality. And we also work with quite a few partners. So on the last part, for example, on the 3D scanning and augmented reality, we work very closely with Metaio. They are a leading augmented reality company, and we've integrated their IP into our SDK. And on the speech part, for example, we work with Nuance. So the speech recognition is from Nuance. Okay, quickly, how you can use the SDK itself. So we support 4 programming languages. So C, C++, C#, JavaScript, and Java, as well as Unity. So in the RealSense SDK, when we've redone the whole SDK, we've also added Unity support. So I'll show you that in a second. And the other development tools, you can see them here. If you're interested in more details, just come to me and I'll tell you more about it. I want to keep this session fairly quick so that the other people can show you some more exciting stuff. Okay. We also have something called a privacy notification tool. So because this might impact or it might have something to do with privacy, I know privacy is really highly regarded in Germany. We also have something called a privacy notification tool. So when the camera is working or is tracking you, there's a pop-up saying, oh, hey, we're tracking your face, or we're doing something with the camera. Okay, so we also support a web environment. So we have different APIs that also work on the web. So via JavaScript, you can access those gesture and facial analysis, as well as Unity web player. And all this is done is obviously in HTML5 and JavaScript. So if you're interested in that, come and talk to me. On the Unity productivity extension, basically what you do is you just download the Unity tool, and then you can plug in RealSense into there. Okay, more information about how to develop or how to basically on RealSense. It's available at intel.com/realsense/SDK. And we have this Intel Developer Zone, which is a really nice tool for developers like you guys, where you can go and ask questions, and either someone from Intel will come back to you, or someone from the community who already has dealt with this will come back to you. And you'll also find a lot of resources there on RealSense, on Android, on HTML5, on basically we have different pillars that we put in there, and you can have a look into any of those. Okay, I think that's pretty much it on my slides. I just want to show you a very nice demo that one of my customers was working on. So let me quickly switch. Give me 1 second. There we go. Oh. So basically what I can do with this is, let me try and come on. So I can see something as well. Basically it can track my face, and I can do different things with my face. And it also tracks my hand. So that's just one cool thing that you can do with RealSense. And I'm happy to show you this a bit later. So I think that's pretty much it, what I wanted to say from my side. Are there any questions, any burning questions? Yeah.
Do you happen to know what the resolution of 3D scanning, like the models that would come out of the 3D scanning? I mean, like a high amount of polygons or low poly, or?
No, unfortunately. I can look into it, but I don't know that off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. Is the SDK open source? It's available on the website, but it's not open source. It's available for free. Mm-hmm. Say that again. Yeah. Basically, we offer the tool, the SDK, for free to developers, and they can do an application. They can sell it after that. So, yeah. Yes. Okay. So the question was how much process was done on the camera and how much is on the PC. I have to repeat the question because recording, there's no processing done on the camera itself. Everything is done on the CPU and GPU. Correct. Okay. If you have any more questions, I'll be around. Feel free to come and talk to me. And yeah, basically have fun. And thanks for coming. I mean, I've been out there today. It wasn't nice. It was absolutely horrible, actually. But yeah, thank you very much for coming. And yeah, let's move on. Thank you.